After a lot of debate, it looks like folks will line up to get coronavirus booster shots. We'll check out the latest recommendation from health officials still ahead.
A local man left with only memories after a fire scorched his childhood home and his pictures. Sarah Costa spoke with him about the loss and has the latest this noon.
Live from KSAT 12, the news at noon starts right now.
New at noon, students had to be evacuated from school this morning on the north side after a car slammed onto the property, causing a gas leak.
Police were called to the 2500 block of Burwood Lane outside of Brooks Lone Star Academy. One person taken to the hospital, another being questioned by downtown police.
Alicia Barrera live at the scene with more on what happened this morning and what steps the charter district had to take.
Good afternoon. Well, those students finally arriving back onto campus after things have been cleared, but this was all a sequence of events, and it all really ended when a white vehicle slammed into the side of the school, causing that gas leak, and this happening after 9 this morning. According to Officer Ramos from SAPD, a white vehicle was parked across the street from the Brooks Lone Star campus. Inside were a 27-year-old driver and his acquaintance, a 34-year-old man. According to SAPD PIO Chris Ramos, the two men got into an altercation inside the vehicle. The passenger is said to have pulled a gun out towards the 27-year-old wearing a white T-shirt. The driver then reacted by pulling out a knife and stabbing that man. Police say he was stabbed in the arm and neck. Here's what police say happened next and how it affected the school, how they had to step into action.
The one who was stabbed initially got out of the vehicle, ran for assistance. The other male got in the vehicle, drove across the street where he hit a gas line near the school. The school was evacuated as a precaution. The fire department did come out and took care of that gas leak.
When we do a fire drill like that, we immediately go on lockdown. So that was our procedure. They went to the gym. We pulled buses from our other schools and got them over to our Brooks Collegiate Academy campus. And all the parents have been notified to pick the children up there. Nobody was ever in danger.
So we want to make a clarification there. Just moments ago, we saw those teachers being dropped off. The school will remain closed. The teachers are being dropped off to pick up their vehicles and head back home. And we know that the man that was stabbed in the neck and the arm, he was transported to the hospital, is expected to be okay. But as far as charges go, no arrests have been made, no charges have been filed. That man who did stab the victim in this case, he is being questioned by police. But again, right now, we're still waiting to see if any charges will be filed. Reporting Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Crazy scene. Thank you, Alicia. 7 people without a home this noon, but they are holding on to their special memories after a fire this morning. It happened in the 12,000 block of La Lira Street in a neighborhood between Wurzbach Parkway and Perrin Beidel. Sarah Costa learned the home was built 50 years ago by the owner's father.
Devastated.
Victor Aguilar woke up to members of his family shouting to get out after a wall of their home ignited in flames, the fire trapping him in his front bedroom with his wife. He was able to climb out a window. He says it was more difficult for his wife to get out.
She's got a prosthetic leg. I couldn't get her out the window. EMS came and helped her get out. So she's critical condition at BAMC right now, so let's keep her in prayer.
She wasn't burned, but taken in critical condition for smoke inhalation. Aguilar was treated for smoke inhalation on scene and is going to be okay. His father, brother, and 3 other adults were also in the home and got out safely. Firefighters say they were called out to the 12,000 block of La Lira Street just after 3 this morning. Fire crews were able to contain the fire within an hour. One of the women in the home told firefighters she used the microwave, then shortly after she noticed a spark, and then the whole wall was on fire. Firefighters say they believe the cause was electrical. The fire spread to the attic, then through the rest of the home. Firefighters calling this a complete loss.
Now the sun is up, you can really see how intense this fire was and the damage it did to this home. The roof completely collapsed in, charring to the front of the home, and all that water damage in the driveway.
For Aguilar, it's the memories he's holding on to after losing all the family photographs of his childhood home that his father built 50 years ago.
I got here when I was 8 years old. My dad's got a Super 8 film of me jumping up and down that far wall over there saying this is my room. It was just concrete slab. There was no houses out here at the time.
Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Near this noon, the first federal lawsuit challenging the governor's mask mandate ban was filed today against Governor Abbott and the TEA commissioner. The group Disability Rights Texas says it believes the mandate ban violates the ADA and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act. The complaint states that the governor's executive order G-838 prohibiting school districts and charter schools from implementing mask mandates is putting students with disabilities at significant risk, making it discriminatory. One of the student plaintiffs lives in Bexar County and attends San Antonio ISD.
And all the back and forth about the mask mandate between local and state officials creating a lot of confusion. Now some schools are making their own decisions about what rules to put into place. So tomorrow, Northeast ISD is set to hold an emergency meeting to decide what to do. The Northside Independent School District Board of Trustees voted to impose a temporary mask mandate for all students, staff, and visitors. And that's according to the San Antonio report. The mandate goes into effect on August 23rd. That's the first day of school for San Antonio's largest school district. More than 100,000 students attend NISD.
The White House now officially recommending booster shots for most Americans 8 months after their second Pfizer or Moderna shot. This comes as some hospitals across the country start to fill up. ABC's Rena Rory reports the CDC is predicting hospitalizations could rise more than 32,000 a day in less than a month.
More protection could soon be on the way in the fight against COVID-19. White House health officials announcing today that most Americans should get booster shots 8 months after their second dose.
Recent data makes clear that protection against mild and moderate disease has decreased over time. This is likely due to both waning immunity and the strength of the widespread Delta variant.
Though two new CDC reports show no significant drop yet when it comes to helping keep people out of the hospital.
We're actually picking up evidence of it, certainly through breakthrough cases, and so the level of effectiveness has gone down from over 90% to 40 to 50%, and possibly breakthrough hospitalizations.
Hospitals in Portland, Oregon running low on staff.
The big pinch point is, making sure that we have enough staff to care for our patients. We could literally care for thousands and thousands of patients if we had enough staff.
ICUs across 5 states now more than 90% full.
Losing within a week 3 patients under the age of 40. Just very heartbreaking.
Fully vaccinated Texas Governor Greg Abbott testing positive for the virus, saying he's asymptomatic. The governor has banned mask and vaccine mandates in the state. And as kids head back into classrooms, some schools already seeing COVID cases. In Tampa, Florida, more than 8,000 students and faculty are in quarantine just a week into the school year. And as local officials desperately try to stop the spread, Chicago now joining the growing list of cities implementing mask mandates indoors. Los Angeles announcing it will also require face coverings at major outdoor events like concerts and festivals. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Still some rain on the radar today. We could see some heavy rain in spots. An update coming up.
Also coming up this half hour, the Spurs didn't win much this summer, but they still came out winners. We'll explain coming up in sports.
What started as a way to celebrate a company's 30th birthday spread to a 9,000-mile bike ride to raise awareness for senior safety. How the CEO hopes to keep the momentum going now that his journey is complete.
Some students in and around San Antonio back in the physical classroom for the first time since March of 2020. And when it comes to classes, families on the west side might notice a new school. Max Massey gives us an inside look at the Idea Public Schools Amber Creek campus.
Michaela Dominguez is a 6th grader here at the brand new Idea Public Schools Amber Creek campus, and she's taking after the man who represents the new mascot.
We are the Admirals because we are very proud to honor David Robinson's service both to the community and his military service.
But this campus is much more than just a great basketball court.
The technology is new, so it's cool. We are offering 100% of our scholars one-on-one devices that they're able to continue their learning that they're learning in their core content classrooms. So what you see here are our scholars are engaging in reading a book of their choice that's going to support them with their fluency and their comprehension.
Right now, this campus has classes for pre-K, kindergarten, first, and sixth graders, and they plan to add a grade each and every year with a mission of sending the kids to college.
Idea Public Schools' mission is college for every scholar, college for every student. And we directly teach the scholars those skills that they're going to need on that first day of college. We teach them that in elementary school, middle school, and in high school.
As for Michaela, she is just taking it one basket at a time. If you're interested in the new school, the new campus, we have all that info. Just head to KSAT.com.
Boom! Got it.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
A local CEO completing a 9,000-mile bike ride, all for senior care. The months-long journey was to raise awareness and money for the safety of seniors. Jeff Slater, founder and CEO of Caring Senior Service in San Antonio, biked across the country to visit each of the company's locations, and he set a big goal. He wanted to raise $100,000 for the Grab the Bars campaign. So for every $250 raised, the company's partners will install 2 grab bars in the homes of seniors. He wasn't able to raise the full amount during the 4-month stretch, but he did accomplish his other goal of making people more aware of how prominent falls are among senior citizens.
We're really trying to look at what we can do to impact our local communities and help really continue to foster that conversation between senior leaders in our communities. I had a lot of people hand me money along the way after hearing my story to donate directly to our campaign, and that was incredible to have someone that you just met tell your story and then have them donate to your cause. It was really a cool experience.
How cool is that? Slater back home and now stationary. However, movement to close the gap continues as they're still more than $30,000 away from meeting their goal.
He probably enjoyed biking through the cooler states a whole lot.
It's kind of time to stop in Texas.
Yeah, I got back home and went, whoa, warm out here.
Yes, it is. You know, the big problem today is humidity. Heat index values are going to be off the charts today, above 100, we think, by the afternoon. The aquifer down a little bit. It's down 0.6 of a foot, 663.4. And in your pollen count, mold still moderate, but it's down a little bit from yesterday, so we continue to see it fall. Some showers and storms out there right now. We'll get you a radar update coming up.
Welcome humidity, welcome summer.
Well, you might not have been up early enough. You might have been up early enough, though.
I was up early this morning.
I got hit with some rain on the way to work.
I saw that.
Drivers having to slam on brakes and stuff.
In August, no less.
Yeah.
I feel like the windshield wipers this year have gotten a good run.
You know, we all might want to check them, make sure they're okay.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, we did get some showers this morning. Some downpours here in San Antonio. They moved out pretty quickly. We didn't get a whole lot of rain here in town, but we are seeing more on the radar this afternoon. Let's get right to it. First off, we got to mention that there is a flash flood warning still in effect out in the Hill Country, a very small area, but basically far eastern Edwards County and western Real County. This is just going to go for another 15 minutes or so, and it'll be gone. The heavy rain has moved out, so I think the flooding threat is pretty much gone. There is some light rain still moving through Lakey, moving towards Medina and Kerrville, but this little area is starting to die down quite a bit. What we're noticing, though, is more development off to the south and east, and that's where we're getting some lightning strikes. First, let's take a little closer look at this rain here. Vanderpool, Lost Maples, that's where the bulk of the rain is right now. Now to these showers and storms down to the south and east. In Hallettsville, you're just about to get some of this very heavy rain. It is on your doorstep. Lightning strikes, so this is electrical and pushing north, and then around Cuero. You've gotten a couple downpours tracking through. Same story in Gonzales, but for the most part, this has stayed east of San Antonio. A couple sprinkles here, but nothing that is significant, not like what they're seeing off to the east. As we look at the forecast for today, there is potential for a couple of more pop-up showers and storms, although I think a lot of our energy is starting to shift away. This does show isolated storm or two around 8 o'clock. That'll die down. And once we lose our daytime heating, most everything will go away. And after today, by the way, our rain chance is gone. pretty much. Looks like we'll see a pretty dry forecast from here on out. 95 degrees, 30% chance of rain today, and the rain chances taper off tonight. As we drop into the 80s, it'll be slow to cool down because the air is so thick. Dew points at 74 right now. Feels like 97 outside, even though our air temperature is 88. Just a ton of humidity in the atmosphere. And you look at the satellite picture, quite a bit of cloud cover too. That will help somewhat with temperatures, but I think these clouds will break up a little bit later today. 88 again at the airport, 90 Stinson, 88 Pleasanton, 88 out in Hondo, and 86 right now in Del Rio, with some 90s from Gonzales to Kennedy, where some of those showers and storms are starting to pop up. Dew points, I feel like the dew points have been high all summer long. This feels like one of the more humid summers we've seen in recent memory, but the dew points are certainly high today. 77 Pleasanton, 74 in San Antonio, and you can see what that's doing to the heat index. Feels like 105 in Gonzales right now. It feels like 101 in New Braunfels and 97 here in San Antonio. And the forecast heat index today is going to jump up above 100 in many spots, and this is borderline advisory level there. So keep that in mind if you're going to be outside. It is very, very humid. Okay, Grace is now a hurricane moving right over the Cayman Islands. We just saw some video out of the Cayman Islands, and this thing certainly is intensifying. Winds at 75 miles per hour, gusting to 90. Track takes it towards Cancun. This will be early tomorrow morning, 85 mile per hour winds, weakening just a little bit and then re-emerging out over the Gulf and probably making landfall as a weak hurricane again, central Mexico. That would be Saturday morning, and then bringing tons of rain to parts of Mexico, but staying well south of us. 96 tomorrow, 95 Friday, heat index up around 100. And you know, early next week, the ridge builds in. We could be flirting with, you know, that, shall I say it?
No, don't say it. We know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I get it.
No.
You got it.
Okay.
You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah. 3 times the jinx.
Yeah.
All right.
Still coming up, we'll hear from the Cowboys. And the question in Houston is, where's Deshaun Watson? For a team in the NBA Summer League, it's all about young players getting time and experience in all kinds of situations. Worked out for the Spurs rookie and first-round draft pick Joshua Primo. The positives outweigh the negatives for sure. Primo played in 2 of the Spurs' 5 Las Vegas games, averaged 14.5 points in nearly 25 minutes a game. He looked comfortable handling the ball and driving to the basket. He showed pretty good pull-up jumper as well. 24-year-old Justin Robinson is impressed with the 18-year-old Primo.
I think he's incredibly talented. For him to be so young, to be able to come out here with poise and with some toughness and with just that confidence to be able to go take those shots and go hit those shots, I'm very impressed so far. I think obviously he's young. These are his first couple games at this level, and so he's going to grow, and I think he's going to be a great player.
Yeah, Primo did miss some games in Vegas due to that right knee soreness, though.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Hey, fans got to see the Cowboys in person the other night, including Dak Prescott practice. He was throwing the ball 20 to 25 yards downfield. He's working his way back from that strained right shoulder. On top of that, the boys got back safety Malik Hooker and wide receiver Amari Cooper. Both practiced for the first time after missing all the practices in Oxnard. Receiver CeeDee Lamb was thrilled to see Cooper back.
I told him, welcome back. You know, it was always good to see him out there. And, you know, I took a couple tips from him, obviously, and just seeing him move around as usual, you know, like normal. It's great.
Cooper coming back from ankle surgery, plans to play Saturday night when the Cowboys host the Texans. He said he got word he's playing and guesses he will be limited to about 10 snaps or so. Speaking of the Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson hadn't practiced with the team this week, at least when the media is out there. Last week, Watson snapped at the media as he walked to the practice facility outside NRG Stadium, asking why they film him every day. Head coach David Culley says Watson is there and doing what they ask him to do.
No, he got his work done yesterday. He just didn't get his work done when we were out here. We had a little different schedule yesterday than we had been, but he got his work in, and he's doing fine.
In the meantime, receiver Anthony Miller, who suffered a slightly dislocated shoulder Saturday at Green Bay, will not require surgery. He just needs rest and rehab and hopes to return early in the season. school football previews continue, heading to Sam Houston, led by second-year head coach Quincy Stewart. Sam Houston is going through a real offseason, unlike last year. The Hurricanes went 3-2 overall last season, playing just 5 district games due to COVID-19. That was tough for Coach Stewart and his players because he was new to the area and he was installing a new system. This season, the Hurricanes have 9 starters returning, 5 on offense, 4 on defense, plus they're going through a true off-season, which can only help them when they line up to play football in District 13 5A D1.
We're going to see if these guys have grown up with a year under a new system. We had them in off-season this year, so we got a lot stronger, got a lot faster, had a full summer strength and conditioning program. So I'm excited about these guys getting an opportunity to play 10 games this year.
We had only 5 games, and that wasn't to me, it wasn't enough for to actually showcase what we can do, you know.
It's real important because a lot of these younger guys really look up to me and us as a senior class. So whenever we do good, that inspires them to do the same thing.
Sam Houston will kick off the season Thursday, August 26th against Fredericksburg, 7 o'clock, Alamo Stadium. All right, week 2 of high school volleyball season takes us to Brandeis High School. Broncos looking to start the season 10-0 and playing Antonian. They're up by 7 in the second set. TCU commit Carly Ferris to serve, no dig, but it gets right back to Ferris, and she gets the dump shot to fall. Broncos take the second set, 25-14. Antonian battling back in the third, though. Mia Silva powers it through, a pair of blocks for the point, and the Apaches lead 6-3, but Brandeis takes control from there. Ferris to Austin Smoke for the spike. Broncos win it, convincing fashion, 3-0. And at Littleton, Churchill taking on Taft, first set. Raiders rallying from an early deficit. Morgan Neely gets the push shot to fall on the back line. That cuts the lead down to 3, but the Chargers pull away from there. Kendall Chambliss gets the cross-court kill inbounds. Churchill wins it 25-12 with the match in 3-0. All right, we're going to have a lot more highlights from Clark, Edison, and Jay.
All right, tonight and on our website.
Yeah, got all that on there.
Girl Scouts calling on all chocolate lovers. Who doesn't love chocolate? The new cookie being added to the lineup. Ooh, that looks good. Coming up in the next half hour.
And the housing boom could be slowing down. Why home builders say they're losing confidence in the market.
We want to give you the latest on the crisis in Afghanistan. The U.S. still scrambling to evacuate Americans as the Taliban tightens control of that country.
As ABC's Alex Perche reports, the situation on the ground is still chaotic.
A surreal image, the Taliban holding a press conference, now fully in control of Afghanistan. As many as 11,000 Americans and tens of thousands of Afghans are desperately trying to flee the country. So far, the United States government has been able to evacuate 3,200 citizens. That includes all U.S. embassy personnel, except for a core group of diplomats. For those still trying to escape, uncertainty. Look, images of armed Taliban at checkpoints surrounding the airport. For now, the Taliban only letting foreigners through. And an email to U.S. nationals says the United States government cannot guarantee your security as you make this trip. All this is counter to what the Taliban has told U.S. military officials.
The Taliban have informed us that they are prepared to provide the safe passage of civilians to the airport, and we intend to hold them to that commitment.
Here at home, there's growing pressure on the White House. Lawmakers are demanding answers, some even vowing to investigate the Biden administration's decision to withdraw. For weeks, the White House downplayed the probability of a total Taliban takeover.
The likelihood there's going to be the Taliban overrunning everything and owning the whole country is highly unlikely.
But one U.S. intelligence official tells ABC News leaders were told by the military it would take no time at all for the Taliban to take everything. Now governors in at least 2 states, Maryland and Utah, are offering to host Afghan refugees that work with U.S. forces. Going forward, the U.S. is planning to launch 1 flight per hour, getting up to 9,000 people out each day. The State Department prioritizing U.S. citizens and Afghans who helped the U.S. Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
Firefighters facing dangerous conditions as they struggle to keep several wildfires in California from spreading. A wildfire raging through a small Northern California forest town on Tuesday. It burned dozens of homes as the dry and windy weather also continued to fuel other massive blazes. It also prompted the nation's largest utility to begin shutting off power to 51,000 customers. Governor Gavin Newsom proclaimed a state of emergency for El Dorado County because of the blaze, which tripled in size between Monday and Tuesday afternoon to nearly 50 square miles. Right now, fire crews are battling about 100 wildfires across several states.
You got those devastating wildfires out west. You got flooding in the Carolinas, at least in South Carolina. Here we are right in the middle. And we should feel pretty lucky. We're just like cool and a little bit of rain here and there.
You know what? It's been a pretty good summer for us. I keep saying that, but we've gotten rain sporadically. It hasn't been overly hot, so we've been in a pretty good situation. Not a good situation, though, down across the Caribbean. I want to show you some video. We're just getting this in. This is from the Cayman Islands, and you can see what they're dealing with there. Really heavy rain, strong winds as Hurricane Grace, now a hurricane, is moving through there and likely will cause at least a little bit of damage on its way to Mexico. There's the latest on Grace, and it is forecast to make it to Mexico by tomorrow morning as a Category 1 storm right near Cancun and Cozumel. So if you have travel plans down there, be aware. Hurricane, probably a Category 1 hurricane, will be moving through. And then by the weekend, probably moving into parts of Mexico, bringing heavy rain as it does, is expected to make landfall as a Category 1 hurricane and then weaken as it moves inland over Mexico. We're not going to feel the effects from Grace at all. We may see a little extra cloud cover on Saturday, and that's it. In the meantime, we are looking at some showers and storms on the radar this afternoon. We've had some heavier rain in the hill country. That's starting to die down. Still a few showers there in western parts of Bandera County. And then some pretty heavy rain falling across our southeastern counties. A nice little cluster moving in right around Hallettsville. The heaviest of the rain is just to your west and northwest, and that's tracking north with quite a bit of lightning associated with it as well. Here's what our forecast looks like. Here in San Antonio, we're just going to keep in a 30% chance of rain. I'd say about 3 to 7 o'clock. That's sort of our time frame there if we're going to see any pop-up downpours. Southeasterly winds, good breeze, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Some hot weather ahead. We've got to look at that 7-day forecast coming up in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. The housing boom. It might be losing some steam. Home builders now losing confidence as supply issues and high costs start to slow things down. The National Association of Home Builders reporting confidence among builders fell to a 13-month low in August. This comes as the price of some building materials are still up. Also rising, the cost of single-family homes. The National Association of Realtors reported last week that the median sales price was up more than 23%. That's nearly $67,000 from last year.
The Transportation Security Administration is extending the federal transportation mask mandate into the middle of January. The TSA made a public announcement on extending the requirement yesterday. The mandate was going to expire on September 13th. The FAA says it's gotten upwards of 2,800 reports of passengers violating the mandate so far this year.
As more students across the country return to the classroom, masks in school continue to be a point of controversy. Still, top U.S. health officials are reiterating that masking is key to keep students safe. ABC's Mandy Gaither explores masks and which are best for kids.
For millions of students and teachers, the beginning of the school year is spelling out chaos with quarantines, temporary closures, and moves to remote learning as COVID-19 cases climb.
Talking about flying blind relative to children, we need better data, and that's got to be the basis for action.
Admiral Brett Giroir, former coronavirus testing czar under President Donald Trump, says less than half of U.S. states report the number of children hospitalized for COVID-19. Because of that, he says the state-reported numbers are unknown in some places where children's hospitals are seeing a rise in cases.
We have a raging pandemic, and we do know with good data that if children wear masks in school, they can be safe.
So which mask is best for your child? A pediatrician says one they will wear.
If your child has been wearing a mask that they love for the last year and it's still fits them well with that little nasal bridge that you can pinch down, and there's no gaps on the sides and it curves under their chin.
The CDC says the best masks are those made for children, and the fit should be tested regularly to make sure it fits snugly and completely covers the child's nose and mouth with at least 2 layers of washable, breathable fabric.
If you can send a few with your child every day, wash them all at the end of the day, and I think that's sort of a good routine to get in the habit of.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Here at home, the mask debate continues as some school update policies. SAISD issuing a mask mandate now, and Northside ISD issuing a temporary mask mandate. We are keeping track of all of those changes. Just check it out on KSAT.com.
One of the favorite autumnal seasonal flavors is making its big debut at one major chain today. But what is it about pumpkin spice that gets people excited? Details coming up.
The Girl Scout cookie lineup's about to get even more decadent with a brand new brownie-inspired cookie when you can get your hands on it. Still ahead. Get ready. Girl Scouts are adding a new cookie to the lineup. Next year, you're going to be able to order something called the Adventurefuls cookie. It has caramel flavored cream and a hint of sea salt. How could you mess with that combination? Along with the new cookie, the Girl Scouts also announced new cookie business badges. They're going to help girls think like entrepreneurs as they run their own businesses. Girl Scout cookie season runs January through April.
Looks good. Here in South Texas, fall is less of a season and more of just a state of mind. So a lot of folks get excited for the flavors of fall to hit store shelves. Today, Dunkin' Donuts is starting the Pumpkin Spice Frenzy early. ABC's Will Gans has more.
At long last, it's back. Pumpkin spice season is upon us, people.
That is so fetch.
I know, right? The perennial fall fave of teen girls and beyond, officially back today at Dunkin'.
What?
Pumpkin spice latte. It's the earliest that Dunkin' has ever kicked off pumpkin spice season.
It's really become more of like a cultural phenomenon. So it's not just a flavor or a food, but it's really about when you are posting about pumpkin spice this or, posting a meme about pumpkin spice that, you're really participating in popular culture.
Hashtag pumpkin spice used more than 500 million times on TikTok alone. With all that interest, more brands than ever jumping in on the fall flavor frenzy. Pumpkin spice dog treats, pumpkin spice cookie dough from Nestle Toll House, even pumpkin spice cup noodles coming to Walmart this autumn. Yeah, really.
This is what happens when marketers run out of ideas. Pumpkin spice is a popular trend because you have 2 big brands, Dunkin' and Starbucks, promoting it so heavily.
Starbucks first introduced the pumpkin spice latte back in 2003, igniting the pumpkin pandemonium that has been a hallmark of the season in the years since.
Why do consumers, myself included, continue to come back and continue to get excited about this thing that has now been around for almost 2 decades?
The fall season is known for kind of all these warm, snuggly feelings. We have been through so much over the last year and a half. People just want to feel good.
Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
Okay, I'm just not into it. I don't see it.
I think Katie Blake's got it covered for us. So.
Yeah, I think she
does.
overcompensates for those of us who are not into it.
Yeah, I hate to rain on the parade, but 2 thumbs down on the pumpkin spice.
Wow. Ooh. Wow.
Don't email me. No emails. Just my opinion. I completely understand if you love it. 88 degrees, the high temperature today, 79 the low this morning. 105 is a record set back in 1909, so it still can get very hot this time of year, and I think we've got some pretty hot temperatures headed our way. We'll look at the 7-day forecast coming up. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the radar. We've got some showers still across the hill country and then some new development down to our south and east. San Antonio remains quiet at this hour. We do still have a flash flood warning, which is in effect for just a little while longer after some storms that passed through a little bit earlier. These are moving away. The flash flood threat is dwindling, but we are still seeing some showers around Kerrville, western parts of Bandera County as well. And then We've got some storms, as I mentioned, south and east of town. There's a quick check of those late showers really starting to wind down there. And then some of that heavier rain with some heavier pockets there. Victoria over to Edna, just north of Cuero. Some rain around Gonzales. And then we've had some pretty heavy storms move just to the west of Hallettsville. But these are starting to work out of town now and move north towards the I-10 area. I think we're going to see a little bit more of this as we get into the afternoon. There's enough moisture left over, but a lot of the upper level support is starting to move away. So after today, rain chances don't look all that great. This is around 6 o'clock today, and this model does show a couple of isolated showers and storms maybe popping back up late this afternoon and this evening. But we're going to leave rain chances fairly low. Most of us will likely stay dry into this evening. Looking at the rest of today, temperatures top out at 95. That's going to feel more like 102, 103 though. And south-southeasterly winds 5 to 15, about a 30% chance of rain here in town. Here's a look at the forecast highs across the state. And you go north, not so bad. Temperatures are in the 80s. Heat index values will be in the 90s. But you go into South Texas, and these numbers are getting a little ridiculous. 102, the expected high in Laredo. Heat index will be 110. Corpus, the heat index close to 111. For that reason, there are heat advisories in place across South Texas, and that does include some of our southern counties. Cotulla, you're included in that. Three Rivers. The heat's going to be bad enough to where, yeah, we're not in an advisory here in San Antonio, but you still want to be careful. Even if we don't have heat advisories in place, this is still a dangerous number if you spend long enough outside. 105, the expected heat index this afternoon. 110 in Pleasanton, 110 in Cotulla. So these numbers really jumping off. And the big story, I think, is the humidity. I mean, temperatures, yeah, mid-90s, but when you factor in the dew point of 74, that's where you start to get the big heat index, and it feels like 97 right now here in town. Satellite picture shows clouds are trying to thin out a little bit. We are starting to see some sun here. 92 Castroville, 88 in Hondo, 90 in Carrizo Springs, 93 in Kennedy. And there's a look at those extremely high dew points in the upper 70s in some cases. And that's resulting in those heat index values already above 100. Pleasanton, Carrizo Springs, Cotulla to Kennedy. Long-term, high pressure, which is pushing Grace, the Hurricane Grace, into Mexico, is really going to start to build in over Texas starting Monday. I don't know that it'll stick around for a long time, but it'll be here long enough to boost temperatures. So I think early next week, we're going to be looking at some pretty hot numbers. In the meantime, just hot and humid. 96 Thursday, 95 Friday, 94 Saturday, maybe a little extra cloud cover Saturday. And then after that, we're going to start ramping up the temperatures just a little bit, guys.
An Amazon tractor trailer driver decided to make his own exit off an interstate here in Texas, and it didn't work out so well.
We do this in Texas. CNN's Jeannie Mose reports on the shortcut he took that went long and wrong.
It's enough to get a chuckle out of even an Amazon package. There on Interstate 45, headed to Dallas, an Amazon tractor trailer cut across the grass to get out of a traffic jam caused by an accident, headed for a service road. Cammie Hardman recorded the scene, which she called wild.
I was pretty amazed. I really didn't expect it to make it through, but somehow he did.
The Amazon truck wasn't the first to attempt the shortcut, and others followed the tractor trailer across the grass.
We were dying laughing. I kind of started singing the TikTok song, the Jeff Bezos one.
Jeffrey Bezos, come on Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it.
It's the song comedian-musician Bo Burnham performed in his Netflix special Inside.
Come on Jeffrey, you can do it.
It's become an anthem for mocking Amazon's founder, creators adding it to TikTok videos showing an Amazon delivery van braving floodwaters in Michigan that sidelined other vehicles.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Or an Amazon worker delivering packages in the midst of homes damaged by a tornado outside Chicago. TikTokers reacted to the truck crossing the grass with comments like, "That next day delivery ain't no joke." Amazon itself told CNN safety is our top priority, and this does not reflect the high standards we have for our transportation service providers. People kept asking Cammie, why are you driving on the shoulder?
We were doing that because we were also going to follow the Amazon truck.
Which she and her boyfriend did. As one poster noted, looks like a normal day in Texas. We make our own exits. But in this case, it was an exit to nowhere.
The service road actually had a dead end.
So the Amazon truck ended up stuck in another traffic jam. Nothing prime about that shortcut.
Look at where you came from, look at you now.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
We see that every day.
It's like no big deal. Why is that a story? There's a wreck. Got cars and trucks going across the median, trying to get to
God
access
bless
road.
Texas.
Mike and Fiona, they don't take any shortcuts, though. Oh,
No, and I
wow.
put him to work, you guys.
Look
Got him
at all
manning
this
the grill.
Beautiful fajita meat we are cooking up here. Yep, it is National Fajita Day.
And how does all-you-can-eat fajita sound? We're going to tell you more about that in a moment. But right now, Gerardo Carvajal, Corporate General Manager of La Familia Cortez, you're going to be showing off your world-famous fajitas that y'all do here. But what is the secret to making a great fajita meat?
We're going to share that with you guys in just a minute.
Okay, what is
coming
it?
up?
Okay.
But you said you got to have good product and good prep, right?
Yes, the product and process plays a big part. A lot of people think it is the marination, but it's not. It's really the product and the process.
And a good hot grill, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a good grill cook.
I think I need longer tongs, though, to reach that stuff on the backside there.
All right. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and keep the flame alive with Jen Tobias Strusky. Or she's not. Okay, we don't have that. Okay.
No, we don't.
Okay.
However, she is going to be doing something that is amazing. And the question for the day is going to be, what would you like to try that you've never tried yet?
Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter.
Also, how about a fall wedding? We have got 3 gorgeous brides. We're going to be talking about the dresses, the makeup, and everything.
All right, all that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.
And we're going to be eating good.